Some people might think the face of Dorian Yates was photoshopped in. He has veins in his abs, striations in his chest, and separations everywhere, but his face? Round, full, almost puffy. How is it possible that someone who's shredded looks like all their fat is in their face? And other examples are Phil Heath, Kai Green, Raleigh Winkler, Rich Piana, and the list goes on. This isn't off-season bulk. This isn't poor conditioning. And it's definitely not just too much sodium. So what's really happening? Is it water? Is it fat redistribution? Is it hormones? Or is this something deeper? Today we're breaking down the real reasons behind the so-called moon face phenomenon in bodybuilding. Because once you understand what's actually happening, it completely changes how you look at modern bodybuilding physiques. To understand it, we need to go back to the late 1980s and early 1990s, when bodybuilding entered the so-called mass monster era. Before that, physiques like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Frank Zane were muscular, well-balanced and proportionate, with sharp, defined facial features. Then Dorian Yates arrived, bringing unprecedented mass and density, followed by even larger competitors. Interestingly, while bodybuilders of this era reached even lower body fat levels on stage compared to Arnold's time, their faces often looked puffier and fuller. Around the time when these huge guys started showing up, growth hormone use became much more common in professional bodybuilding. A detail that plays a key role in the story, because growth hormone doesn't just stimulate muscle growth, it also affects bones, connective tissue, cartilage, and soft tissue throughout the body. In fact, there's a medical condition called acromegaly caused by excessive growth hormone production, usually from a pituitary gland tumor. Patients with acromegaly develop enlarged hands and feet, but also very distinctive facial changes. A protruding jaw, thicker brow ridge, enlarged nose, fuller lips, and overall coarser facial features. Now, bodybuilders are not walking around with medical tumors, but long-term exposure to high levels of growth hormone can produce milder versions of these same changes. Over time, the jaw can look wider, the cheeks thicker, and the facial structure more blocky. This isn't fat, it's tissue growth. And that helps explain why some competitors' faces look permanently larger even when they are extremely lean. But growth hormone is only part of the story. The second major factor is anabolic steroid use. While they're known for increasing muscle mass, anabolic steroids also affect fluid balance. At high doses, some steroids promote sodium retention, and when sodium goes up, the body holds more water. That water doesn't just stay in the muscles, it can collect under the skin, including the face, creating a fuller, puffier look. On top of that, both steroids and growth hormone can grow muscle throughout the whole body even without direct training. So over months and years, they can thicken facial muscles, making the face appear noticeably larger. Besides that, steroids can cause effects that mimic another condition, Cushing syndrome. In people with Cushing syndrome, the body is exposed to high levels of cortisol over a long period. And one of the classic signs is a moon face, a round, full face caused by fat and water shifting to certain areas. Bodybuilders don't actually have Cushing's, of course, but high doses of some anabolic steroids can produce similar results. They make the body retain water and can subtly redistribute fat, especially in the face. There's also a different reason bodybuilders' faces look fuller, and it happens just before a competition. During peak week, everything is dialed in. Carbs, water, and salt are carefully manipulated to make muscles look as full and dry as possible on stage. One of the main tricks is carb loading. After days of low carbs, bodybuilders eat a lot to fill their muscles with glycogen, the stored form of sugar. For every gram of glycogen stored, the body also holds several grams of water. This not only makes the muscles look bigger and rounder, but also increases water throughout the body. If timing isn't perfect, some of that water can linger in the face, giving it a fuller, slightly puffier appearance. Then we have stage lights and cameras. Lighting at competitions is bright overhead and designed to highlight muscles. Shadows from this light can exaggerate facial fullness. Oil and tanning products smooth the skin, which can make the face look rounder. Wide-angle cameras can also distort proportions, making the middle of the face, nose, cheeks, and jaw look larger than it really is. Put all these factors together and a small puffiness becomes very noticeable on stage. The good news is, much of this facial puffiness can gradually reverse after retirement. When bodybuilders stop using growth hormone or high-dose steroids, the extra soft tissue in the face slowly shrinks along with the rest of the body. So when you see a bodybuilder with a full round face on stage, it's not as simple as he's fat. It's a combination of years of hormonal use, temporary water shifts, carb and salt manipulation, stress from dieting, and stage presentation. The human body is being pushed to extreme limits, and the face is one place where the effects show. The irony is clear: these athletes are some of the leanest people on the planet.